This conference will now.
Okay. It's 11 o'clock, and we are going to declare a quorum to conduct the business of the Lafayette Redevelopment Commission on Thursday, October 22nd, 2020. We are meeting remotely, and we need to remember as commissioners that we need a roll call vote for every action item. And City Clerk Cindy Mary will assist us with that. And we can go on with the agenda and go to the first item. The September 24th, 2020 minutes. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to read those minutes. Are there any questions or a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Shelley. Is there thank you, Don. Oh, I'm not sure who that was. Hey, Jim.
Hey, I was muted. I seconded it, but I was muted. So.
Okay, thank you. So it's been properly moved and second. Is there any further discussion of the minutes? May we have a roll call vote, please?
Coleman.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Henriette.
Aye.
Perry. Okay.
Aye.
Perfect. Very good. Minutes approved. Thank you.
Thanks, Cindy. We'll continue on with our new business. We have an activity with T-Bird Design Services, report of streetscape number 6. Yes, change order. Mr. Clark, Mr. Carson, Dennis. I used to work with someone in Mount Vernon whose name was Dennis Clark, and he was a building commissioner inspection. So that's why I may call you Mr. Clark. I'm so sorry. Mr. Carson.
That's okay. I've been called worse, so that's all right. Well, this is change order number 4, and we have John Munn on the line from T-Bird to give us the details.
Good morning, everybody. So change order number 4 for the streetscape project is actually a combination of 3 separate items. The first one being manhole utility conflict in Columbia Street. The total of that is $8,466.75. The second item being extra stone needed to fill sidewalk voids under the concrete. The total of that was $1,500. And the third one being a water main utility conflict with a storm pipe on 3rd Street. Total $10,117. So the total of all 3 combined items is $20,083.75. I don't know if anyone has any questions in relationship to any one of these specifically. These were items that were encountered during excavation, during construction, that were, decisions made during construction to keep the project moving forward.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the commissioners? Hearing none, is there a motion on the change order?
I move we approve the T-Bird Design Service Milestone Contractors Streetscape Phase 6 change order number 4.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Thanks, Don and Jim and Shelley. Is there any further discussion? Maybe have a roll call vote, please.
Are you ready?
Cindy?
Okay.
Yes.
Coleman.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Henriette.
Aye.
Perry.
Aye.
Change order number 4 approved.
Thank you. So thank you all, and thank you for the background information you gave to us. We'll continue on with the next item of business, another contract with T-Bird Design for streetscape number 6 as well. Mr. Carson.
Yes, as you can tell, we've had several change orders with this streetscape project, and those have also necessitated some additional engineering work. So this is in regards to that. and an additional $19,000. John Munn, I believe, is, again, still on the line, and maybe Tim Balanceifer might be as well. Can provide some more details?
Yeah, this is Tim Balanceifer with T-Bird Design. Basically, what we have here is additional services for additional needs on the project. As you can see in the proposal, there's a building facade analysis and resolution, which had to do with some unforeseens on some foundations and some tweaking. We had to actually hire Keystone Architecture to do some additional work on that, to look at the facades and the foundations, along with there was some work on the adding modifying some replacement of 2 existing street lights on the 400 block. We also have done some modifications for the Tiffany County building entry, kind of discovering after what we that they needed to revise what was originally intended there. And then the last item on the list was some concepts that were developed for 10 and 12 North 3rd Street that had to do with their access to their building. So those were all just additional services that were kind of as the project was being constructed.
Thank you, Tim. Any comments or questions from the commissioners? So regarding this last item, did we find good options for those particular landowners? Are they satisfied now?
John, you want to answer that? I think that as far as 10 and 12 North 3rd, I think they're satisfied with the access.
Yes, we discussed the possibility of a handicap accessible ramp in those locations and found that it wouldn't work exactly. There just wasn't enough room to create those ramps, and also the cost that the owner might incur. So that idea was scrapped, and we went with what was originally designed as just the steps.
Thank you. Any further questions? Is there a motion for this particular supplemental agreement?
I move we approve T-Bird Design Professional Services Contract Supplemental Agreement number 3, Streetscape 2019, Phase 6.
Second.
Second.
Thank you to the commissioners for the motion in the second. Any further discussion? Can we have the roll call vote, please?
Coleman,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Henriot,
Aye.
and Terry.
Aye.
Supplemental agreement number 3, Streetscape Part 6, Phase 6 passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for the report, Tim, the additional information, and thanks to the commissioner. We have another item under new business, resolution LRC 2020-14, having to do with the declaratory resolution for the McCarthy Economic Development Area. Mr. Carson.
Yes, this is our plan for, it's better known to most of us as really as the Southeast TIF. It's one of the 2 TIFs that we share with Ontario County. And we are amending this one to update the plan for it to include projects that we have been contemplating, particularly with our new public safety building and just public safety in general. So we have already done this in a similar fashion before with a consolidated Central Creasy TIF a month or so ago, where we amended the plan to include the new public safety building and public safety and other projects as well too. So same type of thing. So we're updating this plan, having this amending resolution to change the plan to include these projects. This will go on with several other steps as well with the Area Plan Commission and come back for some final review with the Redevelopment Commission. But it'll all, bottom line, it will allow us to then use these monies for public safety projects.
Thank you, Dennis. Was there anyone who else was going to talk to this? I can't tell if the mayor's on or not. Probably is, but.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, did you intend to speak to this resolution at all?
Dennis did it very well. We just want to be able to use this area also for public safety projects. As you know, the police department operates in every inch of the city, every neighborhood. And so we want to be able to pool some of these resources as we look at some of these public safety projects. As you know, that's incredibly important to the community, public safety, and we want to have that flexibility to do that.
Yes. Okay, thank you. And so, Mr. Mayor, you have probably brought in one small question that I had. Obviously, the consolidated central, was right toward, we would call the center of the city and covering quite a bit of that geographic area. McCarty goes out, the majority of the projects from McCarty prior to Minnesota will be associated with sort of county in the area from downtown. So the question is, will we also include other tips, or would these be the only two that we expect to fund the project?
Yes, the answer to that, Josh, is that we expect just to use the funds from these two tips. These are our two largest tips. We do have the Twickenham tip as well, and then the smaller McCarty tip that we share with the county. But at this time, we're not amending those plans to include these projects.
Thank you. And therefore, there will be more dollars generated using the two tips than if we just use one tip.
Correct. The other tips have already have commitments and things, so we feel like we don't need to change the plan on those tips at this time.
Sure, thank you. And thanks for the response, Mr. Mayor. Any other questions from the commissioner? Hearing none, is there a motion for this particular resolution?
Motion to approve resolution number LRC 2020-14.
Second.
Thank you, Jim and Shelley. Any further discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coleman,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Henriot,
Aye.
Harry.
Aye.
Resolution LRC 2020-14 passes.
Thank you. Okay, that takes care of all the new business. The director's report, Mr. Carson again.
Yes, we're winding down with our two streetscape projects. Streetscape Phase 6 is in substantial completion. They still need to plant the trees. That will come in the next couple weeks, and then finish up the electrical and the lighting there. And we'll be doing a walkthrough on that one here soon. The Upper Main Street is coming along as well too. They're now focusing on 10th Street between Main and Columbia, and that one will have substantial completion by the end of November. Our Fresh Air Eats program, the outdoor dining program, is still going strong. We got 2 more weekends here. Hopefully the weather will hold out for that, for the downtown restaurants. And I'm working on budgets for next year. And as we talked about with this resolution we had on the agenda today, as I mentioned previously, we amended the Consolidated Central Plan, and that also has recently went to the Area Plan Commission for their approval, and that was done last night and passed unanimously. So we'll be moving on with that and the bond that'll help support the new public safety building. And we also have closed on all the property that we need for the project for the parking garage and the public safety building, which includes 625 Columbia, and then properties to the east that were owned under Schumann Properties. So that's my report. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you, Dennis. Any questions for the director's report? We will accept that director's report and file it in the minutes from the meeting. All right. We're moving on to the claims. Copies of the claims were presented to the commissioner. Are there questions or comments from the claims? I have one. I am presuming, Dennis, you can correct me or someone, that let's see, it has to do, I think, with the bond. All of it says the bond expenses for the Ellsworth Bond 20 Ellsworth. There is a cost here for, or an expense here for Denton's Bingham Greenbaum LLP. I presume that's legal counsel for the bond.
Yes, that's correct.
And so all of these were just soft costs for the bonds, right? The majority of these things that are listed here.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you. I think that was the only question that I had. Are there other questions from the commissioners? Hearing none, is there a motion?
I
Motion
move
to,
we accept the claims in the amount of $3,674,909.49.
second.
Thank you, Don and Jim. Any further questions? May we have the roll call vote, please?
Coleman,
Aye.
Teeter,
Aye.
Henriot,
Aye.
Terry.
Aye.
Claims approved.
Thank you. Thank you, Cindy.
Mhm.
Okay, were there any public comments to come before the meeting today?
I didn't receive any in my office.
Thank you. So we'll continue with documenting no public comment based on us having an online remote meeting by way of the governor's executive order. Would remind us that Dennis Carson has asked that we meet in person for next month, and he sent out an email asking for responses to your level of comfort with that. So let's make sure that we respond to Dennis. Dennis, is there anything else to come before the commissioners today?
Not today. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Coleman,
Aye.
Teeter,
Aye.
Henriot,
Aye.